Keep in mind that they're changing my voice and they changed my pictures to try to make it so I seem gayish on the spectrum. Okay, some pictures seem gayer than others, and to try to make it so I seem evil. But now let's look at this thing in a new perspective. When females like her and people like that guy and people like her are out there, okay, is the smart response to act like this, act like some Cartoon Network nerd or some electric dance clown, to act like some disassociated groupie? The situation is serious. So we see when I was 17, I got it. I still get it. I got it my whole life. I'm making that face when I was 17. See, what's wrong with you people? Why people are acting like people are being victims of it and acting like that instead of facing their enemy? I'm serious about it. And you see, even when, here we have some Somalian guys, so on and so forth, look at their faces. These guys are more serious about life than people in Western culture, okay? They're acting like they're lunatics. They're acting like this. They're acting like mockers and so on, acting like disassociated, privileged people. They're editing my pictures, trying to make it so I look like them. Okay, so you see when I'm older here, I'm probably like, 36, 35, whatever it was. Okay, I'm really flexing hard. I'm not that big, but when I flex, my body gets really swole at times. So it can be very surgical striking. It can be very big, depending on the situation and how I'm being drugged covertly and how it's reducing my ability to have muscle tone and making me more fluffy, like Captain America over here or something, right? They're trying to take away from my martial appeal. You can see here, this, it kind of suggests a more thinner shape. Here is, before they started fuming me to the extreme, you can see a thinner shape, okay? And they have other pictures like that as well, okay. So we see, these people in Greek societies, and they're trying to be like the statues and the paintings. You say, well, what do you mean? Well, let's look over here. Is there similarity between her and these people, right? And these people, right? They're actually the descendants to some degree because the Greco-Roman cult spread across Europe. And they try to blur the line between the quote-unquote Christian angels, right? Lucifer, them, and over here we have Aphrodite and Ares, right? Venus and Mars, okay? And Cupid, right? It looks nearly identical to their depiction of Ares over here. So Ares never grew up with Venus or Aphrodite, who never grew up, who look nearly identical to stupid Cupid and Psyche, okay, where we get the word psychology, right? Stupid psychology. And there's all kinds of disassociated fools. That guy looks like he's English or something, who pretend that they're some kind of angels from heaven when they're just theater art lunatics. And there's all kinds of sadistic people that they use to contrast with and pretend that they're the good guys, okay? While they're fuming me, and it's so much in their culture, they put it in Bruce Lee's movie, The Game of Death, and it's also in a Van Damme movie, Kickboxer, over there, where he gets blinded as well, Pretty straightforward, right? And they have cruel intentions and so on and so forth. All right. So now you can see it's a logical conclusion to say, hey, I am legend, right? I'm the last. Why? Part of the reason why is uniformity, right? What is the formula I used? The valid formula, the logical formula, right? It is the extreme amount of uniformity in society. We can look at the vast majority of people immediately and say they're going to hell, right? Just like their own Bible says, right? Narrow is the way to life and broad is the way to destruction, right? And they come into certain groups with large amounts of people and cheerleaders, military, police, okay, group rock and roll groupies, what have you, okay? And they're even similar to their demons in popular culture, right? This kind of skeleton demon here, and this kind of conservative truck driver, military guys. You see how they're similar to that skeleton demon, and it's so common. There's a bunch of dumb jocks and all kinds of people who don't take life anywhere near seriously enough. You have to be serious and mature to have a chance to get to heaven. If you don't have those things, that's not the only thing you need. We can rule you out immediately, right? You see all the uniformity in society. So then we look at the more specific cases. We look at people who call themselves transcendent. We look at the religions. We compare things. And as we do this process long enough, and I've done it for years, we can quickly see that it is very illogical to think that there is anyone out there anywhere near comparable to me. And we know for sure because I'm the top martial artist and I am the true alpha of all of humanity. And if they had to be obeying God through me either way. So we can quickly see that I am legend. I am Leg N, Skywalker, Skylaw Core, Skywalking Sky, Law King, okay? And, of course, they They messed up a lot of pictures, so I use this one, and they try to make it so I seem bigger or something. You look at my forearms, you can see I'm not that big. They changed the forearms to make it seem like I'm uncoordinated. They did a lot of bitch shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Well, we can go over here to an older picture of mine and see that it's simply insane to think that I'm uncoordinated. They made my pecs seem bigger, but you can see that my body was extremely, extremely coordinated. That's 2012. You can compare that to these guys who are in what you might call not so bad shape for other people or something. And you can see that they changed it. You can see this pictures where they changed in a very dramatic way how I look, but both pictures are edited, okay? It's part of why I made this other picture like this, black and white, because they try to make it so it look gay or something, and they look like I have some kind of chemical imbalance that caused a weird gene expression or weird look. And, you can also tell by how they made Horace look like a more Western shaped person, like a big white football lineman there, kind of short white gay guy there, kind of Jewish looking shape, where you see that, they even edited the pictures in the Narmer palette, probably edited the actual palette, but you can see he's shaped more like I am, and so on and so forth. And this is before there was gyms and so on and so forth. All right.